My name is Christina. I'm sitting in my cozy new apartment in Boulder, looking out at the green hills from my balcony. It's been nearly a year since my life turned upside down, and I can hardly believe how far I've come. It all started when I received an email from my ex-husband, Ethan. The subject line was just one word: proof. I opened it, and a photo of a marriage certificate jumped out at me. The groom was Ethan, and the bride was a woman named Amelia. The date of registration was exactly one day after our divorce was finalized. Before I could react, my phone rang. It was Ethan. His voice was triumphant as he said, "You saw it, right? I got remarried. Life's never been better." I didn't say a word. I just listened as he told me about Amelia, how she was the only daughter of a wealthy real estate family, and how they were expecting a baby girl. Each sentence he said felt like a knife in my heart, but I didn't feel pain. I just felt a hollow stillness. I realized that I had been living a lie for 8 years, and that Ethan had never really loved me. I remembered the day he left me. It was our wedding anniversary and his birthday, and I had spent the whole day preparing a special dinner for him. I had driven over 30 minutes to get his favorite red wine and picked out a cut of Wagyu short ribs from a specialty butcher shop. I had strung up lights around the balcony, laid out an ivory tablecloth, and arranged the silverware in perfect order. The custom cake I had ordered was ready in the fridge, with a small message on top. To Ethan, happy birthday and anniversary. But he never came home. He sent me a short email saying that he had a big client emergency and that he had to stay at the office. He didn't even say thank you or happy anniversary. I sat at the table, waiting for him, until the candles burned out and the cake was still untouched in the fridge. The next morning, I called his office and found out that he had resigned 3 days ago. He had left no forwarding information. I rushed home and found him packing his bags. He told me that he had accepted a new job in Albuquerque and that he was leaving me. He pulled out a folder with divorce papers and said that I was no longer the wife he needed. I was in shock. I couldn't believe what was happening. I had done everything I could to make our marriage work, but he had never appreciated me. He had always put work first and had neglected me. I signed the divorce papers and moved out of our apartment. I felt lost and alone, but I knew that I had to move on. I found a new apartment in Boulder and started a new life. I enrolled in a weekend art class and reconnected with old friends. One of them was Jake, the guy I had met at our high school reunion. We didn't tie each other down with promises or expectations. We just enjoyed each other's company and found peace in each other's presence. A few months later, I ran into my friend Lily at a used bookstore. She told me that Amelia was looking for a divorce attorney. Word was that Ethan had cheated on her with a new hire at her company. Amelia had found out 3 months ago but had kept quiet for the sake of their daughter. Lily showed me a screenshot from a preschool parent group. There was a new girl in class whose mom had had full plastic surgery. The kids had found out and had started teasing her, saying, "Your mom used to be ugly." The poor thing had cried all week. I felt a pang of sadness for the child. I knew what it was like to be bullied, and I didn't want her to go through that. I also felt angry at Ethan and Amelia for their lies and their selfishness. They had chosen a life of illusion and had hurt everyone around them. But I didn't feel bitterness anymore. I felt gratitude. I was grateful for the lessons I had learned and for the chance to start over. I had found my true self and had learned to love myself for who I was. As I sat on my balcony, watching the sunset, I realized that life was full of surprises. You never knew what was going to happen next, but you could choose how you reacted to it. I had chosen to move on and to build a new life for myself, and I was happy.